Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a fairly quick video. We are going to make an ornament that is going to go inside this beautiful bunny box that I did. I showed you guys this box the other day. It's one that I am putting together to sell in my Etsy shop. And I've already got a few things that are going into this box. I've got this, which is a dried flower resin keychain that I made. I bought some molds that were just kind of plain molds that I was able to put whatever I wanted into them. And this one I chose to do some dried flowers. These are little lavender flowers. And so that is what I put in there. Let me see if I put it against the white background, if you guys can see it maybe just a little bit better. There we go. Whoops, that didn't work out so well, did it? I just need to straighten it out a bit. There we go. So that's what that looks like. Isn't it pretty? I just love it. I love putting dried flowers into resin. It just makes such a nice, happy piece. And then I've got one of my butterflies that I created using an image that I found on Pinterest. Just a couple of little bits and pieces, and then I also put a couple of my wood slices that my friend Sherry sent me. She sent me 4 big boxes, packages of these in different sizes, and I thought I would put a couple in here along with some twine and a couple of images so that whoever buys this could make their own ornaments. So these won't be in time for Christmas this year, but for next year they can make their own ornaments. So that's what's in here so far. This one is going to get a few other little goodies. One of the goodies is going to be this ornament that we're going to do today that actually matches the box. So let's go ahead and read our quote, and then we're going to get started. So let me put the box aside here. Hopefully I won't knock it over in the process. Let's see. Our quote is, "Stop thinking you're doing it all wrong. Your path doesn't look like anybody else's because it can't, it shouldn't, and it won't." And that's by Eleanor Brown. I thought that was a really good one because I think we're all too worried about doing things the way everyone else does them because because they did it that way, it must be the right way. And I think we all have to stop believing that, because I can't tell you how many times that I've seen someone do that or say, oh, you know, because a certain person did it, you know, whether it be an actress or someone that they, I'm going to use the word idolize. Which, if you are like me, you know, really we don't need to be idolizing anyone here. We need to idolize only one person in this world, and you guys all know who I believe that is. And so, you know, I just feel like, you know, as I've gotten older and older, I've learned more and more about how not to idolize other people and feel like I have to do things the way they do. So anyway, let's all do that. Let's all remember that the way we want to do something is the right way. There is no right or wrong way to do anything in life. It's just, you know, how we perceive how something should be is the right way for us. So, and for others around here. And there are people who will say, wow, she's doing it different, or they're doing it different, and I like that way, and maybe I don't have to do it like so-and-so does. Maybe that's not the only way. So, you know, let's start remembering, you guys, we're all special. We all have our own qualities and our own way of doing things, and our way is the right way. So, yeah, I liked that. I thought that was pretty special, actually. So anyway, I've got some bits and pieces here that, of course, we won't be using all of them on this tiny little ornament, but we will be using some of them. I already have an idea of which ones I'm actually going to use, but I put out a few other pieces just in case, because sometimes you start to put something together and what you originally thought was really not the the way that you want to go. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm gonna Mod Podge this bunny rabbit to this wooden piece, and this is one of the oval wooden pieces that I got from my friend Sherry. Both sides were like this back side, just plain. I think it's like a birch wood, and so I painted the top side, and it's gonna go in this direction. And then I just went ahead and I cut my little bunny out just like that to fit to the edges of this oval. And then I'm going to take these two pieces, and this was a piece that I cut in half. I don't know which way it went. Anyway, I cut this in half so that I could put a piece on each side. And this is one of my little doilies that I got from actually Amazon, I think it was. And so I'm going to put those so that they sort of stick out on the sides. I want the edge to right here, the most outward edge to go right on the edge of this, because I don't want this part sticking out over the rim. I mean, I could do that and it would look fine. And I'm trying to remember, I was looking at it the other day, and there was a point in time where I thought, you know what, it looked good with part of it sort of hanging over like that, just to give it a little more width. And then this would be this side. Gotta get it even here, sort of like that. And we do have it sticking out on each side, but then a bigger part of me likes it better with just the filigree part hanging over. So that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to get my Mod Podge out here, and I've already got my brush ready. And this Mod Podge is a little bit thick here. I think I'm going to take this top little chunk out, because I don't want a whole bunch of little chunky pieces to go on here to make it lumpy and bumpy. So let's get these on first. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that side, and again we're going to make it come right to the edge in the center. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just with a decent amount of the Mod Podge, because this is regular thick paper. I mean, just general paper. It's not cardstock or anything, but you want to have enough Mod Podge on there that it's going to stick really well. And I want to get these two pieces even, so I'm actually going to Mod Podge over the top of this, just like that, because we're going to be putting more Mod Podge on now so that we can put our bunny on. And the bunny is going to go right about there. So I just want to make sure that I get my Mod Podge figured out where I want it to be. It's going to go there and right about there, and we're just going to get a nice thick bit of Mod Podge, and we're just going to continue working on this after we get the bunny on there. We're not going to stop and wait for drying time. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to get it on there, press it down, and get to work, because it's not going to move around. This Mod Podge dries really, really fast, you guys. I'm not using my cellophane because I'm not using, you know, thin napkin paper, so I don't really need to do the cellophane over the top, because I'm also not going, well, you know what? I think I am. I take that back, you guys. I am going to decoupage over the top of this bunny. Because if you remember, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to resin over the top of this. And if you remember the last time I did that, and didn't Mod Podge over the top. I'm not going to do a lot of Mod Podge. I don't want to move the colors around because that's the thing about the Mod Podge. It moves your color around. It makes the color smear on your image, and you don't want a bunch of that happening here. So right now I'm just kind of getting some of the lines out of here, but it doesn't really matter because the resin, so you can see a little bit of the pink on the white here. So that's all we're going to do with that. I'm going to go dry this and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got this good and dry now, and you can see it's got a little bit of a gloss over it. Make sure that before you resin over anything, if you've Mod Podged it, that it is completely dry before you resin it, because resin and water do not mix, you guys. So anything that is wet is not going to react, the resin is not going to react well to it, and it's not going to cure properly. So make sure that whatever you're working on is completely dry, and so we do have this completely dry. I'm also going to resin over the filigreed part. So I've washed my brush out as well, and I will be using the same brush for my resin, and then I'll clean it off with alcohol when I'm finished with my video. So, okay. We've got this on here. Now next we are going to go ahead, and I think we're going to do the resin part now, because now is the best time to do it. And I'm using my hard glue resin that I get from Temu. I'm going to use this up before I move on to the resin that I got from Sherry, which is my Let's resin that she buys on Amazon, and that's usually where I get my Let's resin as well. So, but for now, we're going to use this hard glue, and we're going to put a thin coat of it on here. We're just going to sort of brush it around, making sure that it just gets all over this little bunny. In fact, I don't know why I'm holding this. I don't have to do that. And I'm using this hard glue as a UV resin, you guys. It's not a 2-part resin. It's not one that has to cure 24 hours. We use a UV light or sunlight to cure this resin. So, and it works very well, cures very quickly, and we can complete a project in much, much less time than if we're using just your regular resin that you have to cure overnight. We do, my husband and I, we do also use regular resin, and my husband has what's called a pressure pot. And what the pressure pot does is it takes the bubbles out. It puts pressure on the resin as it sits overnight, and it pushes the bubbles out of the resin while it cures, and it's awesome, and it will make your resin very clear and very very well distributed, and it's just awesome. It's very nice to work with. Now, it doesn't always come out to perfection, because sometimes you'll have an issue, and sometimes the resin won't cure right, and that's usually because you've mixed it incorrectly. Happens to everybody at some point or another. We're not all perfect. I've been using resin for several years now, and my husband and I started out using only the regular resin, and when I discovered the UV resin, I got excited about it, because now I can work in the house and I can get projects done quickly, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to take my torch, going to get it lit, so it's lit now, you can hear it. And we're just going to go over this, and we're going to get rid of any bubbles that are in this resin before we put the UV lamp on to cure it. So now I'm going to take my lamp, and I only need to put this on for about 60 seconds, and I will be right back. Okay, so now we've got the resin all cured on that, and you can see it turned out very, very nicely, nice and shimmery. And then I'm just going to dab a little bit of resin around some areas here where I'm going to add a little bit of glass glitter. And I've already got resin sort of already on this brush, so I'm just using the leftovers here to dab on here to create the areas where I want to put my diamond dust or glass glitter, whatever you want to call it. It's called both. I use what's called Floracraft, and I get it on Amazon, and I will put a link to that in the description section below, so that you guys can order some of it if you're interested. This is what it looks like, Floracraft Diamond Dust. And it's awesome, and you guys know I use it in just about everything I do, just because I always like a little bit of sparkle. I kind of call myself the queen of sparkle because I love it in everything. I love it in clothes, I love it in my crafting. I just love sparkle. It just makes me happy, I guess. Something about it makes me happy. So I do put it on a lot of my projects. And I'm just tapping it down here. And then I'm going to take it and tap it over my trash can. And I'm going to pop it under my lamp for just a few seconds. 30 to be exact. I've only put a tiny, tiny bit of resin there. So it doesn't need to go in there for very long. Now when you're working, just to give you guys a little tip, when you're working with regular resin, the funny thing about it is when you're working with less resin, so when you're putting a very thin coat of resin, you have to make sure that you cure your resin actually longer. It takes longer to cure a small amount than it does a large amount. Now that's not to say that it kind of works like, don't think that because it's a thin amount of resin that you don't have to put it in as long. That's on regular resin, because that's not true. You still have to cure it just as long as you have to cure that big thick project that you're working on, because otherwise it won't cure enough. So there we go. We've got our little bunny, and we had a little bit of a fogginess there on my camera. Okay, so anyway, no more blurries, but there's how much glitter we've got on there. We didn't use a lot, but look at the sparkle that we get from that. So okay, so that part's done. The other thing that we know we're going to be putting on this, well, first and foremost, I want to pop this on the back side, and I'm going to use this lace to go around the entire piece. So finding the front, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to glue this around the whole thing, making sure that I don't get it all puckered. I'm going to pucker it myself as I go around these corners here, so that it doesn't go like that and cup. Once I get it on there, you have to pucker it some so that it won't cup going around these corners. Otherwise it will not look good, and you don't want to do that to your project. I'm using different glue, hot glue right now. This is the Crafter's Square. I don't normally use this, but I did buy some. And I gotta tell you guys, it's different than other hot glues that I've used. And it takes a little bit longer to to kind of start to set. See how it's popping up there? And usually I don't have that problem. When I use the Gorilla hot glue, I don't have that problem. And when I've used the other just generic hot glues, I haven't had that problem. But this one, it's not really a problem. But I think really what you need to do is maybe use just a little bit less of it when you're doing a small area like this, just so that it doesn't take so long before you can, you know, you don't have to hold it into place. You can do a longer section at one time, I'll put it that way. I mean, it's only a matter of a couple of seconds more, but I do have to go back over it as I'm working here, and then this part down here is starting to dry already. So see how that dried right there? So I just have to, that's why I didn't put too much glue on this end, because I kind of had a feeling I was going a little bit too far, but I was trying to speed things up. Sometimes it doesn't pay to try and speed things up, you guys. Just take your time. But the one thing I am noticing about this glue that I do like is that it comes off my fingers real easy. I just hope that's not a sign that it comes off your projects easy. Because I have to say the Gorilla Glue comes off my fingers really well. I don't have any trouble at all getting that off my fingers. But the generic glue that I was using the last time, wow, that stuff stuck on my fingers like crazy, and it was so hard to get it to come off. I had to just rub and rub and rub. It was awful. But it also, everything stuck really well. So that was not a bad side effect. And I'm just getting right at the very edge here. I hope you guys were able to watch. I had just put out my little teddy bear, story time teddy bear project that I did the other day. I put that video out today, and I hope you guys are enjoying that. I really, really loved making that one. It kind of meant a lot to me, and I do have it in my shop, and a big part of me did not want to let that one go, because the bear is something that I have had for many, many, many years. And I've saved it all this time, but it's been put away for years. And, you know, I just thought, you guys, I'm starting to kind of go through my stuff, and I'm starting to purge because I have to. I have so many things, just kind of old things that are just sitting around, and they're not being used, and they're not being enjoyed because they're put away, and I don't have space for them. So, you know, Jeff and I have a fairly small house here, so I just don't... I don't have the space for them anymore, so I have to get myself over this thing of saving everything I own and start letting go of some stuff. So that's what I'm kind of doing now. And little by little, I'm letting go of things that I've had for many moons. I'm going to go through some of my... I used to collect some Raggedy Ann stuff, and I'm going through that as well, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of my Raggedy Ann items because I just need to. And here I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of this, and I am going to add some resin to really make sure that this stays down forever and ever. So, but the glue will get it on there, and then I can work from there to sort of get the resin on and get it down permanently. And that crunching that you hear is just the glass glitter. It's glass breaking underneath my fingers here. Because I do have to push this down nice and hard to get it to go flat. And then we're going to take our resin right now and we're just going to go into these little sections here. Not necessarily all of them, but quite a few of them, just to get this to stay. And this way I know I don't have to worry about someone calling me one day and saying, or emailing me saying, uh-oh, Carol, it came apart, because this is not going to come apart. Once this resin is cured and everything is together, we don't have to worry about this one coming apart, you guys. So it's gonna stay together really, really well. And this one, the glue is not sticking underneath it, so I'm just getting a nice amount of resin in there, and it will stick down. I'm going to even put, this one's still stuck down, but I'm even going to put my hands over it while I put it in under the light. And I'm going to bring my light over here, put it right in front of me, and hold that guy down. And I'm putting it under my light for 60 seconds. Okay, now I don't have to hold it down anymore. Can you see my fan spinning around up there? It's keeping me cool. Okay. So this is the only video I'm doing today. I've uploaded a couple more videos to get ready for next weekend. This one will make a third video that I can put up for next weekend. And I'm also going to show you guys what I've put together so far for my raffles for my Etsy shop. So this has gone 60 seconds now, and we are done with that part. And you can see that's what it looks like with our lace and our glass glitter and our little bookends or book corners. So now we just need to embellish it and make it even more beautiful. So what we're going to do is I think I would like to put this hanging from the bottom. Isn't that gorgeous? But what I do need to do is I can see, I think I got some, just a little bit of glue that was on there. Came right off. Okay, so this is all nice and shiny. I want to make sure it's all polished up and everything. But I will do a little more polishing as I go. I am going to resin this on right here so that it hangs. And we're going to take, let's see, how do we want to do this? I was wondering if I wanted to use this big rose. I don't know if it's too big though, because I was going to use that and then maybe put a couple of my porcelain roses down at the bottom. I love these porcelain roses so much. And then take let's see, I think maybe just one of these small butterflies. I don't think I'm going to use that. Maybe we should go with just a little white flower, lace flower, and have it like that. I think that's a little bit better, a little more lacy, or we could even take and use this butterfly for the top, or we could Whoopsies, I got stuck. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so that's back in place. Okay, so then if I could take, and I could even put this sort of down here and have this one going up here like that, or put this flower off to the side here maybe, and that little butterfly, that looks really pretty right there. Just trying to see if I want another little bit of lace on there. That looks kind of pretty with that lace coming down there. And let me just nip off a couple of flowers over here. And I need some little white ones. I've got those. And a couple of my pink, maybe my pink rosebuds. I feel like maybe I need to go a little bit bigger with the pink roses. So I'm looking to see if I have. I know I've kind of used up most of my pink roses like this. I don't know how many I might have in my little bin over here, but we're going to try and find some. There's a small one. I don't need a lot, I just need a couple of them to put in there. So if I can find one more, I will be happy, happy, happy. Or if I could even find maybe just a white one. I've got some other acrylic. Oh, here's some. I've got these. Okay, so let's see what we want to do here. And then maybe one there. And a pink one. I like that. I think that looks very, very nice. And I do have, wait a minute, I do have a couple of white ones here too. I do want to pop a white one or two. These have a little bit of pink in the center of them, but they look more white than pink. But they're teeny tiny flowers, so something like that. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. So what we're going to do, I don't know if I'm going to use all of these like that, because I do think I want to use some of my rose buds. I love using these in these ornaments. But after this, you guys, I'm going to be pretty much out of my flowers for a little while. I'm going to make some of my own, so I will get some of my own going, you guys, but I'm going to have to sit down and really get to work making them myself. I'm going to make some small ones and some big ones and just lots of flowers, so that I will have them to do my projects. And I really do enjoy using my handmade flowers a lot. I just don't make them as often as I was there for a while, and I'm not sure why. Probably because I've gotten a little lazy, because Debbie over at Bird's Place has been supplying me with my flowers. my paper roses, and you guys know how much I love her paper roses. And so I've kind of gotten a little bit lazy, I'd say. I think, I don't know, I think I want these to come down through the bottom. Like that. Yes. So let me just get some glue up under those. Like that. And then we'll take and use a couple of these other flowers here. Put one there. And I'm going to go with a little white one right there. And maybe one right there. Nope, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, and then, let's see. Just debating, you guys, on whether I want to use the big butterfly or the small butterfly. But I feel like if I use that small one, I feel like I have to put some kind of a lace bow or something in there to add to it. So we're going to quickly make a quick bow, a small bow, just a 2-looper. And we'll cut that with a very small tail. And we're just going to take this piece and go around to the bottom side and tie a knot. Sometimes I prefer using a white lace when I do these bows. I just feel like it softens it a little bit. Sometimes the pink can be a bit much. So I don't know if I'm going to love the pink bow or not, but we're gonna see. I just did a pink bow on another project and it actually looked really, really nice. But I just don't know if that's what I want on this project. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to cut these down. Okay, so there's our bow. If I put that, I don't want to cover up my flowers. So I think I'm going to put that in just like that. And like that. Oh, you guys, I don't know if that's too much. I feel like the bow is just too pink. And I don't have any of my small, yes I do, I have some right here. If I can find the ends. Well, we're just going to cut this. Sorry, you guys, I just wasted an extra few minutes here. Okay, so this is a little bit less stiff, this lace here. Again, we're just going to go with 2 loops, just like that. We're going to cut these off short. I'm going to hold that and cut a piece off to tie around it. just like that. Flip it over, and we're going to tie our knot. Do it nice and tight so that it doesn't come loose, and another knot, and there we go. And with the white, you see how much softer that looks? Just so much softer. And I think I might, question is, how do I want to put this along with the butterfly? We're just going to cut these shorter. And the bow is going to go right there. Just like that. That way we're not covering up our little bunny rabbit with the bow. Thing is I don't want to put the butterfly on there until I think I've gotten my twine on here. So what we need to do, and actually I don't think I'm going to use twine, I think I'm going to use this silver stiff ribbon. And I'm just going to cut that off right about there. Just like that. And this is a wired ribbon. And I'm going to put this through each of these little holes right here at the top. Oh, trying to be careful to get both wires through there, you guys. Don't, if you're using a wired ribbon, I honestly usually prefer to use twine because it's a lot easier to work with. But that was my fault because I wasn't paying attention the first time I was trying to go through there. So, but once it grabs a hold of that ribbon though, and it starts pulling it back, you get this whole thing. So you have to try and very carefully put it through there so that none of it gets caught in that hole, because it's a fairly small hole that we're trying to get all of that through. But if you do get the ribbon and the wire through, you're going to be all right. So that time I got everything through. So what I'm going to do is I am going to tie a knot behind here, just like that. And then I'm just going to straighten it out. And I just go around my finger and tie one knot is all you need. Pull it tight. Snip that off, and there we go. It's nice and clean. Okay, so that's on there. Now I can do I feel like I need to put a flower in the middle of that, one with a little less pink, right in the middle of the bow. And then we're going to, very quickly, we're going to resin this on here like that. So I'm going to squeeze a decent amount of resin out right here. I'm going to lay that on there straight. going to put my lamp over it really quickly, you guys, and let this get cured. 120 seconds. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I accidentally resined these in. Same process, so you guys didn't miss out on anything, and I did this butterfly as well. So we have got this completely done now. So now we have our beautiful ornament that's going to go inside of our beautiful box. And it matches and everything, and I don't know why I'm trying to set this stuff up on top of something that is not flat. There we go. So we got it, you guys. We don't need that. Here's our box, and here's our pretty little ornament that goes with it. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I have, like I said, just a couple of other little things in here that will go with this box, along with the ornament. And that's it. So I will be putting this in my Etsy shop very shortly here. So you will be able to purchase this if you're interested. It will be there. And I thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you all are getting ready for the holidays and you're excited. Oh, by the way, really quick, I know I said I was going to show you some of the stuff I'm doing for my giveaways. These are my, you guys already know, this is what is going out for my 9,000 subscriber giveaway. And this is one of my domino charms, and it can be a keychain, a purse charm, rear view mirror hanger, what have you. So that one's, I'm going to be doing that video the first week in January to announce the winner. And it will be a random picker that I use through YouTube, and it picks a random person based on comments made on the video where I talked about the giveaway. So you have to find that video and make a comment, you guys, if you want to get in on the giveaway. So this is one of the giveaways for my Etsy shop, and these are for the people who purchased items, purchased stuff in my store of $50 or more. Multiple items, it doesn't matter how you did it, multiple purchases, whatever. If you made, you know, 3 purchases and they totaled $50 or more, then you are eligible for this raffle. So in this package, we've got a beautiful applique that I made myself. Isn't that gorgeous? And I used some of the flowers from Bird's Place, some of her leaves. This applique was one that I actually purchased and altered. A little piece of this beautiful, beautiful lace. Everybody loves this lace. I've used it on a few things, but I have a little piece of it and I'm sharing just that little bit. No more of this lace will be going out because what I have left is for my projects. I've got this small piece of lace here that's going in. A small piece of this that I got from my friend Sherry. She shared some laces with me, and I'm going to add this piece, just one piece of this in there. One piece of one of my appliques, my little flower appliques. A small piece of this gorgeous lace, and this is lace that I get from Debbie over at Bird's Place. And actually I think this piece though, I think I got from my friend Robin a little while back in some Happy Mail, and I may be wrong on that, you guys. I'm going to do better after the first of the year. I'm trying to get everything organized, and I'm going to start fresh with my Happy Mail stuff. I'm going to try and start separating everything by the person. I have several people that do send me packages. I'm going to put a tub together for each of those people, and that way when they send me packages, I'm going to put their stuff in their bins, and that way I can't mess it up anymore. So anyway, this is some lace that I got in Happy Mail. This is some lace that I purchased a little while back, and this is what is left of this lace. And so this is probably almost a yard, not quite, a little less than a yard here of this. So that's going in there. A little piece of this beautiful lace that I got from Bird's Place. I'm saving the rest of this lace for my projects, but I am sharing this small piece with the winner. 2 little pieces of this lace. I love using this for my projects, for my appliques and things like that. This is just a small piece of wedding dress lace that I have that I'm going to share. Little piece of my beautiful tassel lace, and this is some that I got from my friend Robin, and it's gorgeous, and it works great for using as tassels and, you know, on your projects if you need some hanging lace for them. I've got some pretty like a filigree type lace. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's like a dusty rose color. And this is just this is actually a stretchy ruffle lace. Very pretty, and you can use this on just about anything. One of my handmade butterflies. So this is just a mishmash of things, you guys. I'm sending, in this package, I've got 1 of my oval wooden pieces, 1 round one, and then 4 of my ornament wood slices. So these will all be in, sorry you guys, I need to get these in there right. These will all be in this package together. And we have some twine in there, enough twine to make those all into ornaments. So there's that. And I've got 1 handmade flower that's actually made out of this trim, ruffle trim. Came out really, really pretty. It's a beautiful lace flower. A little piece of my ivory lace. A piece of my silver trim. A little bit of my pearl strands. You guys know I love this. I love to use that in just about anything. I've got a couple of faux pearl buttons. And a little box here that has some different little bits. A couple of butterflies, a couple of my lace butterflies, and some of my paper punched butterflies in different papers. So, and then a little bit of bling in there. So, yeah, this is a little surprise box. I'm going to put these little buttons in there because I just kind of put those in there after I had put everything in the bag. So all of that, and then this has some eyelash trim that is silver and white. I love using my eyelash trim sometimes for, I use it for my ornaments and things to make the hangers with. There's that. And then in here we have one of my blessed wooden embellishments. And we have a fan. So whoever gets this package is going to get a fan to alter too. So you've got the laces and things to be able to alter this. And you are ready to go with lots of projects. If you win this package, you're going to be one happy camper. So that's that package. Now the other one I've got started, I don't have it finished, and it's different than this one. The only things I have, where did I put it? Oh my word, what did I do? Oh, it's right here. The only things I have so far for this one is I just made this beautiful wall hanger or ornament. You could call it either one. I just made this today, and look at how gorgeous it is, you guys. This turned out so, so, so beautiful. It has one of my vintage ladies in it. It's resined, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is one of my handmade appliques that I put along the edge of that, and then a thankful wooden embellishment. And then I will be adding some other things along with this as well. It will be equal to this package. This ornament alone is pretty valuable in this package. So this is, you know, equal to many of these bits and pieces that are in this one. So just so that you guys know, but the value will be equal, and there is several more items that will go into this package as well. So, but that's what I have so far, and as soon as I do that announcement, these will be going out, as well as the 9,000 subscriber giveaway, and then we will be doing our 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Once we hit that number, we've got about 400 subscribers to go to hit that number. So help me out, you guys. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like and a share. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you for watching my channel, for watching my videos, sticking out with me on all of this as I'm trying to learn and grow as well. And you know, my channel is growing now faster than it was initially, so woohoo, that's exciting. I think that, you know, I'm gonna be able to retire at some point and do my thing, crafting 100% of the time, and just earning my income from that. This is another item that I was planning on putting into this package here, this one, with these two items. So even those three items alone are really nice for this package. But this is my little bird, my little silver bird that I made. She's got a pink ostrich feather. Now these ostrich feathers do not fall apart like the cheap ones that you get at some of the craft stores. If you find the ostrich feathers, those are the ones you want to use, guys, because they don't come apart and just get all like fluffy and all into everything. They're great, great feathers. So this is another item that's going in with this package. So so far that's what we've got. I'll have a few other things going in here, and we will be all set with this package and ready to go. So anyway, bless you all. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. I will be putting out a couple more videos here. I've got an applique that I'm going to create for you guys. I have this beautiful tube box that I'm going to be finishing up. All I've done to this is I've painted the outside of it, and I've Mod Podged this rose napkin on it, and then we're going to decorate it and make it absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And I've got a little tote bag that I'm going to be doing, and I have I said the applique. So we've got a lot going on, you guys. I got lots of videos that I'm going to do. Another thing that I'm going to start doing and trying is we're going to work with some resin and crushed glass, you guys. So get ready for that. That'll be after the first of the year, though, because I'm not prepared for that yet. I don't have the crushed glass. I got to figure out how I'm going to go about doing that. I will get busy on that, though. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Love you all. Remember those prayers for Riker. He's going to be having surgery in February, and He is so excited that you are all praying for him. I got a voice message from him yesterday, and he was just the sweetest little angel. He said thank you to everybody who has been putting out prayers for him. He appreciates it so much. He's just a little angel, you guys. So thank you so much for your prayers. Riker appreciates it. His grandma, Sherry, appreciates it. And I appreciate it so much. You guys have been awesome. And Sherry's reading all the comments for him. And he's just getting a real big kick out of that. So thanks a lot, you guys. We appreciate that. Take care. Love you all. And God bless. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end. Bye-bye.